correctly with the correct amount.
D20 Radio, where gamers roll.
www.d20radio.com.
Welcome to Me and Steve Talk RPGs, a podcast where me and my friend Steve try and help you get the most out of your role-playing game experience. Hey folks, welcome back to Me and Steve. I'm here again tonight with Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Hello. So this week, we're actually going to do something a little different for all of you out there in listener land. We got an opportunity to do what some people call a feed swap or an episode swap with another podcast that both of us have actually listened to for, well, on and off for a couple of years at least. And they approached us and were like, hey, you want to do this? We're like, yeah, okay, sure. And it works out good around the holidays because it gives us a little more time to do stuff with our family and our lives.
Yeah. If you've hung out on the Discord, you might have a hunch on who we're doing a feed swap with, but we're going to feed swap with Terrible Warriors.
Yes. And I know we've mentioned them a time or two on the show. Terrible Warriors, geez, where do you start? I mean, they've been around for, close to 10 years now.
Yeah, since 2002.
12.
2012. Man, they've been around since 2002.
Were podcasts even a thing then?
Nope. Nope. They've been going. No, they've been around since 2012.
Yeah, they do primarily actual play stuff, although they have had some interviews with various creators, industry people. But yeah, their main producer head guy is Justin, who's on our Discord as Mr. Ecock. But yeah, they do a lot of actual plays in a lot of different systems.
Yeah. We're coming up their 9th season. They're going to be playing Free League Symbaroum.
Yeah, well, they've actually already released all 12 episodes of it on their feed, but I think they're going back to Symbaroum for another run.
Okay.
I'm not 100% certain.
Well, either way, Symbaroum's cool.
Yes.
And I'll be honest, if it wasn't for Terrible Warriors, there's a lot of games that I just would have never crossed my radar.
Oh, yeah. That's where I heard about Mutant City Blues, Bluebeard's Bride. Oh, heavens, I don't even know.
Yeah, it's like I said, you start to think about all the games over the years that they've played and stuff that's just just wouldn't have like naturally wound up in your repertoire. And it's like, wow, these guys.
Yeah, well, see, back in the old days, too, they did, because they've changed to where now they're doing more kind of short campaigns, like 12 episodes or whatever. What they used to do was basically one-shots, which they would break up into 4 episodes, and they usually had 2 going simultaneously.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I appreciate the new format because that old format could get a little confusing sometimes.
Yeah, it did get tough to follow it sometimes. But I mean, yeah, they played Ghostbusters, they played The Matrix, they did all kinds of things.
Yeah.
It's a really cool show. But yeah, the episode you're about to hear is the first part of their 12-part Symbaroum series, which follows the adventures of, and I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of these player characters, but I'm guessing it's Eandrame, Elindra, and Vierd, as they go through some stories of old corruption and curses and all kinds of stuff. But like I said, it's a really fun podcast. If you want to check out the Symbaroum campaign, it's at terriblewarriors.com/Symbaroum, and they, like us, tend to release on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And you can check out the back catalog that we've been rambling about at terriblewarriors.com. Or you can follow them at Twitter. Follow them on Twitter at Dice Warriors.
Yeah. And with that, I think we're going to go ahead and move on with the show.
Yep. On with the show. Enjoy, folks. Happy New Year.
The land of Alberator wasn't always like this. It was a beautiful place. It was a place of dynasties, of a long and plentiful empire, of noble families and rich farmlands. And then the Dark Lords rose to power, and the Great War happened. For 20 years, they battled the undead. And when you battle the undead, you're battling your neighbors. And they keep coming back, and you keep striking them down. And it took its toll on the people, and it took its toll on the land. And even when the Queen was rescued from the Dark Lords and they were rallied against them and we defeated them, the victory came at a cost. Alberator was lost. This land would never bring life again. The dead magic that had been used had destroyed the balance in nature, and it would never be repaired. So the Queen looked to the north and looked to history and to prophecy and declared that it was time for her to head into the north past the Titan Mountains and to claim her birthright of the ancient empire of Symbaroum. And so they renamed themselves the Ambrians, which I believe translates to the Shining, after their queen Corinthia of the Shining Face, the Nightbane. And over the course of the past decade, the humans of Alberator have migrated to Ambria. New cities have been formed and built, construction, farms, exploration. Yes, there were the barbarian clans that were already living there, but some have bent the knee and others have been destroyed, and the rest will know their place, and they stay in the forests of old Davakar anyways. And, well, right now we're focused on the farmland, and the plains are ours. We have always lived in Alberator. It's time to leave, though. There's nothing here. The trees have withered and died. The few animals that still remain are husks of themselves, more skeleton and bone than any meat on them. You haven't seen a living person walking around in months. What was once a verdant valley where wine was grown is a desert now. The land cracked and is dry. Nothing is growing here. The stores have dried up. You've packed your bags. You've said your goodbyes to the spirits. It's time to go and join the rest of your people in Ambria. It's autumn. The leaves are turning. They might never grow again after this winter. And you've made your way to the foothills of the Titans, and you have met up with a camp of caravans. This is where everyone else is heading. There's a few other stragglers like you who are making their way through the mountain pass. There are others who have done this journey before and are guiding the stragglers through the mountain pass. The caravan owners are debating about whether or not there is still time before the winter to make it through the storms. If the mountain closes from the winter, they'll have to wait it out. But do they have enough supplies to make it until the spring? Either way, you're on the wrong side of the Titan. You need to get to the north to get to the great crowning queen city of Yandaros. We zoom in on a campfire as the sun is setting, the light of Prios dropping behind the horizon. We'll wait for it to return in the morning. There's a coachman by the name of Telk, and he's stoking the fire. He's warming it up. And he's telling the stories of the last journeys he's done, and the wagons he's carried through, and the people he's met, and the people he's lost. It's not an easy journey. It's not for the faint. Not everyone makes it. He's surrounded by the pathfinders of this group, Bellin and Ludo. Both of them are of barbarian origin from old Davakar, who have joined up with the Ambrians and work for the queen in her service to help her people move through this mountain pass to join on the other side. There's others around too. Siblings that have left their home looking for their parents. An older witch, maybe looking at Bellin and Ludo like traitors. Sure, he's got thoughts about them. They're sitting around this campfire as well, though, because it'll be Telk who's going to help them get over to the other side of the mountain. It's going to be their coach that's going to do it. The other caravan owners are making ready to make winter here on the south side of the Titans. The snows are approaching rapidly. So the question right now is can we assume that the mountain pass is even safe to travel? Or has it already been closed off? It's hard to tell down here looking up on what the weather is like on those high altitudes. Telk still thinks there's a chance to make it through before the winter reigns supreme. And Telk is also curious to know you. You're young. Most people now have already traveled up to Ambria. Why so late? Tell me your story. We might be here till the spring, so I'd like to get to know you.
Well, of course, fair friend. I've stayed behind to do his great work. You are familiar with Father Prios, of course.
Of course. So you're a Thurge, then?
Indeed.
And what, pray tell, does our great Prios have to say about the lands of Alberator that you have been traveling?
Well, they do seem to be forsaken, unfortunately. His light has left here, but in his defense, he is dying, and we must revive him. He cannot be everywhere at once yet.
There's a woman in a black coat. She just kind of scoffs at what you're saying. Land is dying. Everything's dying. Alberator is just ahead of everyone else on the line. Get in queue. Get your number. The sun sets on everyone, brother. She uses brother as in, like, you're the priest, not that you're a biological brother.
Understood. Yes, indeed, it is setting, and that is why we must save Prios. For it is by his will and his light that we will save these lands.
The woman in the black coat. All sounds like a bit of nonsense to me. I believe in one strong thing. Everything dies. So why not use some of that darkness, Thurge? Why not control it, channel it, use it against our enemies? Why do we run from the darkness? You're running from it now.
To invite the night in. He just looks like stricken, like completely almost going pale. Just that thought is horrific.
Oh yeah, no, that would get her killed if there was a witch hunter around.
Yeah. You invite? I cannot. The darkness is the enemy.
She starts laughing. I'm just messing with you, brother. I just know how tight you all can be. You need to be loosened up. You need to be ready. There's some strange thoughts waiting for you on the side of that mountain pass. Not everyone's going to believe what you believe. And if you can't handle an opposing view once in a while, well, you're never going to win anyone over to your faith.
He laughs nervously and fakely, but like, haha, oh, I suppose I'm not used to Embrian humor yet. I suppose I will need to...
It's the troll online going, haha, JK.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to use witch sight on this person.
Oh yeah, go for it. Yeah.
All right.
So at this point now, there's been an older man sitting around the campfire, wizened, white-haired, pale skin, but wearing bones and leathers, identifying them as not Ambrian or Alberitan, but as a barbarian, like Ludo and the other Pathfinder.
Not bending a knee to any bug or any Ambrian.
But yeah, Ludo, like, they're wearing, like, you can tell from the way they conduct themselves, the way they talk, and the way they compose, but they're wearing Ambrian clothing. They look like fortune hunters, not barbarians. You're just judging. You're like, no,
you like those barbarians from Thistlehold. But yeah, I'm gonna activate Witch's Sight.
Yeah. So when you use that, do you have to roll for temporary corruption?
I just get one temporary corruption.
Okay.
So I'll be getting that.
Because every time we use a bit of magic in Symbaroum, it always comes at a price.
Push and pull of nature. So this is my vigilant versus their discreet. So what's their discreet mod?
You are going to be rolling just a neutral discreet. It's 0.
Woo. All right, success.
You look through your second sight, the other sight that allows you to see the shadows that surround all living things in the world. Not just people, but animals, plants. They all have a shadow, another form of themselves that shows you their connection to this world and to the unnatural, invading corruption of the darkness that seeps through. And this woman in the black cloak, her shadow begins to form around her as you look through your witch sight, and you see brushed steel with a few dark spots. Not very corrupted, but certainly of the kind of mind that corruption is on the pathway, but hasn't happened yet. She's talking big talk, but hasn't actually made any commitments to darkness yet. Mechanically, there's 1 point of corruption.
Yeah. He'll shake his eyes.
Which, for like anyone who does magic, 1 point of corruption is usually it kind of goes with the territory.
Yeah, it's just it's like, all right, you're not a concern yet.
She bites her lip a little nervously after she makes that joke. I think she talked a little bit too loud. Maybe people of the cloth are a trigger for her. She gets up and brushes herself off. You see around her, she is wearing a sun symbol necklace. And is also like, her robes may be black, but they are like blessed robes. They are priest robes. But she gets up and brushes her knees off. Well, it's getting late. I'll turn myself in. She walks off, leaving the rest around the campfire.
Fare thee well, sister. Walk in the light.
Telk goes. See a lot of people coming this way. They're all making their way through the path. There's only the one path through the Titans. This is the safest one. How about you? Looks towards you, Elendra. What's your story? You look like you haven't done much traveling.
Oh, well, no, I haven't done much traveling, but I am very knowledgeable of a lot of things. You know, I've had a lot of time to read, and I've been really excited to go on this, adventure. I'm so excited to see the great glory of Ambria. You know, my parents went ahead, so I'm just,
Well, so you mean you read? Says Ludo.
Well, of course. It's really one of life's greatest joys.
My friend here, Bellin, he can read maps. That's how we get through the path, you see. I remember the path, but he can read the maps.
Well, honestly, thank goodness, because I can say I've spent a lot of time studying cartography, though I did read a really interesting book on...
Cartography? As in cards. Oh, you play cards.
Well...
Oh, Bellin, she plays cards. We play a mean game of cards. When we get to Yendaros, we should take you down to the taverns.
Oh, well, I'm not sure I'm supposed to go there. I've heard that gambling
Never heard it called cartography before.
Oh, that's actually, you're mistaking cartography. Easy, I understand completely where the confusion came from, but cartography is actually the wonderful study.
Are you saying I don't know what I'm thinking? I think I know a bit about. I'm the pathfinder on this group. I've taken these Titan trips a dozen times before. I'm not a dummy.
Elendra's going to glance nervously back at her brother, who hasn't seemed to fare any better in his interactions with people. I don't mean to assume anything of any sort. Of course not. I see that you are clearly skilled, or else I hope you are skilled, or else we will...
Bellin speaks up and is like, Ludo, you're scaring the girl. She's smarter than you. Relax, it's not a competition.
Well, smarts come in many ways, but yes, I am pretty well read. That could be something that was truthful in statement.
But seriously, you can read.
I didn't... Is that...
Bellin is also just...
Is that... Yes,
like maps, or...
Well, I haven't read many...
Books?
Maps. I don't really travel much, or in fact, at all, but I can read books. Yes, You don't read? Is that correct?
Bellin and Ludo. Didn't know many people read. Do you read? He points over at Yandrame.
I do, though less frequently than I would like. I will say that she is a far more proficient reader than I am.
You probably. What? How much do you read? Points over at Verd.
Read enough.
Well, that's really good to hear. That
we've got a real learned group of people, Ludo, that we're bringing over the mountains.
I would include you in that number. We don't know much about the mountains. So in fairness, you're also learned.
See, that's what I'm talking, Bellin. It's not about how much you can read. It's about your street smarts. It's about your ability to navigate the wilderness, to know the pathways. If you just stay inside with your nose and a piece of parchment, you're never going to see the world.
When are we leaving? By and by.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good point, says Telk. It's, the other caravans are worried about what the weather's going to be like. And as he's saying this, another mule driver is coming up to the camp, and he starts whispering something into Telk's ears. Now, someone might be able to hear what that is if they roll a vigilant roll.
Yeah.
You might be able to pick up.
I will make that attempt.
Yeah.
I'd love to go for that too.
So this is my first skill check in this game. If I recall, you have to roll under.
Yeah, meet or under. Is there any modifier to the roll?
It's D20. You're only rolling other size dice when you're dealing damage.
Right.
So you can assume that all dice rolls, especially when we're doing these checks, are with a 20-sided die. -1 on your roll.
Okay.
Succeed.
Did not succeed.
And we succeed if we're over.
So you're rolling.
Under.
So you're rolling against your vigilant score, but I'm also giving you a modifier of -1.
Okay.
So if your vigilant right now is 10, you have to roll 9 or lower to successfully hear what Keller is whispering into Telk's ear.
Excellent. Okay. Do not hear it.
Do my superior barbarian ears tell me?
Okay, bird.
And so Keller comes up visibly excited, and he's whispering to Telk's ear. Augusto says he's gonna leave in the morning. Says he's found a way to get through. A guaranteed passage no matter what the weather's gonna be like. He's getting together a crew right now. If we go up to him, we can get on that caravan and we can be making word so we don't get stuck here for the winter. Telk hears what he says and goes, well, that sounds good to me. If you'll excuse me, I have to be going. And he starts heading off in the direction of Argostos, who's one of the owners, like a caravan owner, who like finances and leads and does all this stuff. He's got a big tent here in the caravan camp, and Telk starts making his way towards Argostos' tent. And you start seeing a bit of excitement and rumor starting to pass around the camp as other people are leaving their campfires and starting to
heading over. I motioned for the little ones to come on.
That was Yandrome immediately looked at Verd and was like, should we be moving? So
Linder
okay.
was not paying attention, sees the other two begin to move, and sort of snaps.
Oh, that's sorry. What Keller actually whispered to Telk's ears, and I've already got us a passage. We're leaving in the morning, says Keller to Telk. And Telk is heading to his tent to start packing his bags, while everyone else is going to Augusto's tent to get in on the caravan.
I'm going to the Augustus tent. Come, Ambrians.
Very well.
Thank you so much.
You guide?
Where are we going?
So you make your way through the crowd. There's some people starting to they're not really sure what to do. They're all just kind of standing. So you're able to move your way through it you're not giving up to pleasantries. You're getting yourself to the front of this line. And you start just moving your way through, and the two of you just follow Verd. Verd seems to know how to navigate moments like this as well.
Everyone he pushes by, I apologize to.
I'm so sorry. So sorry. Prios be with you. And you're going through this crowd, and you come across Argosto's pavilion, and he's set up an inspection of inventory before the trip. He's also taking opportunities to interview potential companions, and a small line has formed outside the tent. So in front of you is Bellin and Ludo, who somehow got off the tent and they found a shortcut and they've made around. They're already standing in the line and they're nudging each other, going like, "We're gonna be back there, Bellin. Don't worry, we're gonna get to the other side before the winter, and we're gonna have warm, hot pies once we get back into the lands of Ambria. Oh, I could do with a nice hot pie. I know, right? Hot pie for all of us. None of this dried meat." And they're just kind of very excited as they get entered into the tent to go meet with Argosto, and you're next in line. Once the tent opens up, you see Master Argosto, a plump man in his 50s, rose-red cheeks, dressed in baggy clothes of felts and skins. Then the curtains close. A moment passes. Bella and Ludo come out, and they've got their arms around each other, like, we're out of here. Yeah! And they're leaving in the morning, and they kind of look at the three of you, and they're just kind of going like, street smarts. And then they head past. And the curtain opens up, and you hear Argosto enter, calls you into the tent.
Step forth.
Okay.
Well,
Alindra will step forth. She's going to stay about a kind of awkward distance from her brother, but
He's sitting at his desk. He's got a list of inventory. He's got maps laid out. He's got reports and it looks like equipment lists that he's going over, and he's got a candle on his table. He looks up at the three of you.
Androme, by the way, stubs his toe and bumps into the desk immediately.
Knock it. Bit of wax from the candle tips onto the table. Can I help you? I was going to say well, but now you've annoyed him.
Why, yes, we've heard tell that you would be departing in the morning, I believe. Is that correct, Veerd?
Yes. These two are among my charges, these two Ambrians, and I need to get them across the mountains as soon as possible. I can't stand it here any longer. We would be very useful to your group, your caravan. I myself am a witch of the Gaori tribe. These two, I believe, nobles of some fallen and discarded Ambrian household, though they are learned individuals.
that's
a nice way to call them, refugees.
well, our parents are ahead of us.
He looks you up and down. He looks at the witch. You can clearly handle yourself. But you, both of you defend yourself?
Indeed, I can if the need arises.
The mountain path isn't safe. I have no interest bringing people along that can't defend themselves and look out for the group.
Prios watches over me, and in turn, he will watch over all of you.
And I'm very sure-footed.
Sure-footed.
Yes.
And your faith will see you through.
It has so far.
And a witch of the Gaolian tribe.
Yes.
Those are the tree folk, correct? Not used to mountains and snow and cold, so biting it turns your fingers black.
I'm something of a rarity, though. I am of the path of the white, the dead, the winds, the cold.
Rare witch, a sure-footed refugee peasant woman, and a man of the cloth.
That's accurate, yes.
That's looking a little ragged right now. I'm not convinced.
I
can only bring so many people. I have a limited number of space in this caravan, so if you're joining, you're taking the space from someone else, so...
I would hesitate to call anyone of the descent of Fathial a peasant.
And I'm quite good with...
Who?
I said...
That name's supposed to mean something?
I said the same thing when I heard upon it.
I know some medicine and could perhaps be used that way. Also, I am really quite clever, and while I recognize...
Listen. Your cleverness, your intelligence, I'm sure it's going to be very helpful to the Ambrians on the other side of the mountain. But what I need on this caravan tomorrow are people of importance. So, he looks at you, he sees you. I've got an idea. You can prove yourself tonight.
Oh?
If you want to tag along, you're going to have to prove yourself. And he gets a little smile across his face as he sits back and, hands on his belly. Prove yourself by participating in a fighting test against some of my caravan guards.
That seems...
Just to first blood, nothing to the death. No one's going to get seriously hurt. If you can land a blow on them before they land a blow on you, you'll be my guards on this trip through the mountains, and you'll take their space and they'll wait out the winter. If not, we leave you here till the spring.
That seems barbaric, Alindra's going to whisper to her brother.
Indeed, but if it is the only way, can we not convince you any other way that doesn't involve injury to perhaps your guards? Or ourselves?
We have a great fire to Prios lit outside. We'll fight in front of the flames.
Very well.
Gather around and you land one strike on them and they won't even put up a fight. They'll stay behind and you'll take their place. But I don't have room for passengers. If you're going to join this group, you're going to join as my guards. So I need to know that you can handle yourselves up there.
Well, Prios protects me. He should do no worse here.
The Ambrians will do it, sure.
Alindra's gonna look like her brother like he's a little bit crazy for believing he'll be protected, but nod her head and say nothing.
I don't want anyone getting injured, mind you. So you mind your blows as well.
Of course.
Okay.
Now,
This is going to be fun.
I would like to ask, can I have performed that ritual that I have before I left the monastery? Because that's
Which ritual is a patron saint?
yeah. Because I think like that would have been he would have been learning that before he went on his journey, right?
We can. I am going to. I love this. I have on my hand a D2. It is a 2-sided die. It looks like a coin, but it's not. It's a 2-sided die, and 1 or 2.
Let's go with 1.
Oh, it is a 1.
Yes.
So we are going to do a quick flashback to right before you headed out to the Titans, and what does this ritual look like? Because I think there's going to be some. Is there any temporary corruption that comes from that?
From doing a ritual? No, because I'm a Theurg, I don't believe it should.
Okay. Excellent.
But it does take an hour, so it's all.
Yeah. So it happened. I mean, you've been at this site. Maybe you were waiting for your sister to arrive, and you would have had plenty of time in the afternoon in the waiting time to.
Well, I would have thought so. Even before I got to the camp, because it stays with you forever. Like it doesn't go away.
Yeah, because it sticks around like it can generate experience.
Yeah, so
it becomes a player.
My thought was the last thing I did before I left, as the last one out of the monastery, is I had learned this ritual. It was the first one that I learned, and I summoned. It's because you summon a patron saint, like a former dead hero. So one of the heroes of that monastery who fought in the war.
Yeah. Do we even know their name?
It doesn't specify.
Maybe we don't.
Maybe we don't.
Can others interact with it, or just you?
They are invisible, but they start to shine when danger comes close.
They get brighter when danger's near. So it glows blue and orcs on you.
I'm excited.
This actually works out well because of the path that I'm on. It's like you have to spirit there.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, I'm nervous for our first combat. I'm going to be mechanically quite slow, but we'll get this.
Yeah, I'm not great either.
Did none of us make a combat character?
No.
This is gonna be short and sweet. Okay,
it's fine. You just need a higher quick score. Yeah. So you go first in the initiative order.
That's not what I have.
That's what I have. I'll just murder people for you guys.
It's just it really depends on their armor too.
Yeah. Also, I have a long item or weapon with the pike. I'm meant for staying away from being touched.
Right. Spears are really good in this system, though.
So you walk back outside, and there's the fire is burning, and it's been burning up higher. A nice pyre for Prios, like a beacon at night. It's good to keep the darkness at bay at nighttime in camps like this. And so they've got this nice big fire burning outside of Argosto's tent. And he comes out and he calls everyone, gather around. These 3 want to make it over the mountains by the morning and want to come with me. So, and he gets his guards together. Which 4 of you are going to put them to the test? If they land first blood, they take your places. So you want to earn your keep and stay on the caravan? You land first blood on them. And gathers around 4 volunteers.
So the first person who steps forward, I'm throwing a knife at him. Like-
Okay. So I get my guards, which number the group +1. They're all of Ambrian origin, and as they start walking, just before you throw let me tell you what you see. They all look like they've survived multiple journeys over the mountains. Tough fighters that never back down. They all look a little. Well, they all look a little bit like Ludo and Bellin. They're all a little street smart, if you know what I mean. And they all come around, and they've got their, they pull out. They're wearing like they got like chewing tobacco, something like spit into the snow. There's no snow down here. They spit into the mud, and they've got one of them's got like a shield. They're wearing some scale mail, and they've all got swords, and they start walking towards. And as one goes for the hilt, before they can even unsheath the sword. And before even Argosto can say, ready, fight, you launch one of your throwing daggers.
Yep.
Awesome.
So,
I'm not waiting.
yeah, that's an accurate roll, right?
What's their defense mod for this?
They have +2, so that means -2 for you, right? They got a +2 shield.
Yeah.
And scale mail 3, so that would be 5.
Scale.
Or is the armor? The armor's only done for damage.
Armor
it's
is only
damage
done
reduction.
for damage.
Yeah. So my defense is shield +2. So you got to roll 10 or under. So it's 50-50.
I got a 10 exactly.
You got a 10 exactly. Does defense go to the attacker?
It's meet or under. It's
Oh,
just
good,
success.
great. So you just squeak it by, and so in fact, it's not. That's what it is. Is roll damage, because it's also first blood. So you also have to get through the armor.
Like
You actually need
God.
to cut them. And they've got scale mail 3, and you're only dealing 1d4.
If you.
Oh no, 1d6. You're dealing 1d6.
I only got a 3 though.
You got a 3.
Oh.
So they've got scale mail 3.
Yeah.
So you get it, and it goes shing, and it hits the scale mail, and like in the bullet time, it goes shing, and just kind of ricochets off. And then the guy spits into the sand with the chewing tobacco, pulls out the sword. Oh, this one's gonna be feisty. And then the other 3 step into the ring, and the 4 of them all bring their swords out, and they just start like hitting into their shield. Ding, 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 ding. And everyone else is like Thunderdome, right? They're like, yeah. Okay, so order of initiative goes by your quick scores, which puts Elendra first, then Verd, then Yandrome. And my quick ones are 10. So that puts me. Yandrome goes last.
Oh, definitely. Although I would point out the Saint is also 15 real quick.
Oh, the Saint is 15, so the Saint's gonna go first.
Beat the crap out of the
The
Saint.
Saint is you control the Saint,
Right. Okay.
not me. So you can tell me what to do. You could have the Saint move their initiative down to 12, so that they go right after Verd, but before the guards and before you. But if you move yourself down the pecking order,
That's where you stay, right?
that you're locked there.
I will do that. That seems like the thing to do.
Oh, first combat. Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay, so Elendra, they're all just standing there going like, "You think you can take my spot?" And this is like this older guard woman who's been like, "I've gone through this passage 10 times. I was taking people through the Titans before you were out of your diapers."
Oh dear. And
I peed a little.
going to.
That's okay. You've got your pike.
Yes,
though,
she's going
so-
to grab her pike, and she does have some experience with it, though it doesn't look like she's incredibly sure of herself. She's only like 5'5", so she looks a little comical next to her brother.
Yeah. What does steadfast? I'm just trying to remind myself
It's
of that
Mental
ability.
resolve.
yes.
Oh, that's not going to help you.
That's
No.
for resolute stuff.
Listen, I've got no actions except to.
I was thinking it might be like a
I
sure-footed
think
thing.
we
but-
are all relying on the spirit to do
It's a good thing I took that. I wasn't sure if I was going to take it.
Thank God you did.
You know what? You're JoJo, aren't you? You've got a stand.
Yeah.
You've got a stand moving behind you, going just hangs behind you and it jumps in and defends you.
Yep.
So Elendra is going to look and see if she can sort of surmise who she thinks will be the quickest in range. Is
So
this woman?
your precise will negate their
It's
shield.
plus
So you're just
one.
gonna roll on. Oh, just +1. Okay, so then you're rolling -1 with your accurate roll.
Yep, and she's going for the attack. Just a quick little stab because she just has to get blood.
It's got to get 10 or under
I -1 to my roll.
with a -1 to your roll.
I get 11. That hurts. So Elendra sort of makes a quick dart forward, and in her nervousness, the pike slips and falls to the right of where she's been aiming, and she sort of fumbles to grab it back. And
Yeah, so you pull it like you've never actually. You've only done this on training dummies.
yes, and this is the first real person, and now she's slipped,
Oh,
and
no.
Oh boy. We're going to die before we get to the mountains.
Okay, Verd. Elendra just pulled out that pike and is like,
moving it like a flagpole in front of them.
Yep.
The others, there's 2 moving towards you because you're the one who threw the the throwing knife. So they're like, this one's a little feisty. And the other one, under their breath, I'll be careful, I promise. Just let us do it what Augusto wants, and we'll put you off, and we'll all be done here. And he just kind of says it's like basically the guard is just saying, just take the fight. And the other one's going, and he's like boastful to the crowd, being like, this one, the one who hit him with the throwing knife. He scratches off his armor. You put a little dent on that. Oh, you're gonna pay for that one. And so they got their swords out, and they're just kind of moving towards you. So you got these 2 targeted on you, and then you look to your left, and you got Elendra with this guard woman who's just like, I'm just gonna basically top you in front of this crowd. And then meanwhile, the patron saint, there's like a glowing light coming from just behind Yandrame, like a halo around your head at first, because it's just standing directly behind you at first. So at first it looks like the light is coming from you, but no one else has noticed the light because their whole eyes are focused on this like flagpole pike waving thing.
When it's dim, the closer the guards get, the brighter it gets, right? So, and
we're all right to the and it's your danger, not necessarily the danger of the group as well, right? Like the patron saint sense of danger might be subjective. And also we got this bright burning bonfire, so we got all this light already, so it's a little easy to miss. But not for Verd. You'd notice.
Yeah.
You've been keeping an eye on these 2.
Yeah, I feel that sometime I'm gonna ask this spirit what's its name and all sorts of things. Like, why the heck do you follow this Ambrian? But
you're gonna get some interesting answers.
Yeah.
I am bound to him. I don't have a choice.
I'm so sorry, man.
It's a genie's lamp thing here.
Yeah.
Patron saint, you're free.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, I will free you, genie.
Oh my god, the GM in me really wants the patron saint to just be your father that you don't know is already dead. I don't think that's the case, but
yeah. So for my movement, I am going to move and flank with the one that the female Ambrian is in melee with.
Okay, so you're only using one move, which means the one who's coming towards you that you threw the knife at, he'd get an attack on you?
Yeah, depending on where he is. If he's in the way, then yeah.
Because I kind of see that the 3 of you were lined, like, facing each other in horizontal, like, facing, and then you're crossing. After you threw the knife, he's been moving towards you, like, so he's like, you've aggroed.
Yeah, let's do it.
And he's moving in your direction. And to your left, you're all just kind of facing directly off to the people in front of you. There's 4 in front, so the 2 middle ones are coming at you, and the 2 on the edges are each going after the kids.
Yeah, so
I mean, they're fully adult. I'm just calling them the kids because that's how you view them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why I say they're Ambrian male, Ambrian female.
Boy, girl. Yeah, that's all you need to know. Don't give them names. You'll get attached.
I don't need to know their names. Hopefully one day my people will rise up against them and slaughter their families. And
Look, that's not going to matter if you die in the winter.
This is true. So yeah, that person would get an attack of opportunity on me as I try to duck and roll my way past them.
All right. So then you're rolling.
It's my defense versus their whatever they're using to attack. So whatever their mod to attack is.
4.
Is it?
Oh no, that's accurate. It's -3.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that is +3 for me. Nice. So that is a 15 I need to get.
Because they have an accurate 13, so that would be -3.
And if it's an accurate 3, yeah, that's a -3. But then depending on what ability, so they might be using strong, probably just accurate, and then their weapon will also.
Yeah, they don't have a whole lot of things going on.
Okay. So if their accurate is 3, then it's a -3 to mine.
Yeah. Their accurate is 13, and it's given me the number -3. I think specifically for the players. Yeah. It's not that's not my number.
Yeah.
It is a -3.
for your defense.
Okay. Luckily, I did succeed. So rolling.
Excellent, because your defense was already at 12. So
Yeah.
that wasn't bad. You just had to roll 9 or under.
Yeah. So like jumping over the person's sword as I roll, and I'm gonna try to throw a dagger from behind this person. Now that I flanked them.
Now that you're flanking, that is plus 2.
Yes, that is what. And more importantly, a plus 1d4 to extra damage, which is what I'm gonna need.
Right.
Thank God, someone can hurt things.
Yeah.
So now you're there's no modifier to this attack. You're just rolling your accuracy.
Not Prios. Oh man, luckily I got a 4 on that, so that is 1d6 plus 4, plus 1d4. Sorry.
Excellent.
Yes, 6 total.
Nice.
Amazing. We've heard something.
So thing is, this guard woman is laughing at Elendra and then starts going to the crowd going, look, they think they could take my place up on the mountain. I'm gonna be drinking in Yanderos by next week. And then just as that, the knife just goes over their arm and just drips, and you just see the drip of blood pool from there, and they look down at the first blood and they go, damn it. They throw their sword to the ground. They go storm it off, push past the crowd. Give me a drink now. Heads off. So now there's only 3 of them. She just quit. And you just look around and there's Verd down on the ground on the knee with where the knife just left their hand.
All right, well, I'm done.
Bravo, barbarian.
Oh no.
Patron saint.
All right. So the patron saint, they're still not in close range, right?
They are walking towards you. You have to spend a movement to get yourself into melee range.
So the patron saint is going to step
you're
around.
in like a
me.
fighting circle.
Yeah.
So you're all very close.
So it's going to step around in front of me.
Just steps right in. Yeah.
Yeah, and so now that it's closer to this guard that's coming at me, like you can start to see the outline of armor, because it was a Templar. That's sort of the thing that's supposed
Yeah,
to.
they're like squinting their eyes as like there's like a light reflection coming off of you. Like all of a sudden it's like car headlights coming out of you.
And it's going to swing its flail of light,
Beauty.
assuming that it's in range.
Now, do you also move to make it look like you're doing the attack? Do you just mime it?
Awesome though that would be, I don't think I'm fast enough to pull that off.
So you just stand there praying.
Yeah. Oh no, not like praying, but with eyes open, looking directly
Yeah,
into this guard's eyes, because he has just the fire of faith. Like he's.
I mean,
trying to defend
I
me.
think it'll work if you attack. It'll just be like lag, right? It'll just be like, my internet connection's messed up, so obviously, like, yeah.
Yeah, the animation was bad.
Okay. So roll your. It's so you need to roll 11 or under.
11 or under? Okay, on accurate, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I rolled a 16.
Why,
Bad
brother?
D20.
It's okay.
You need to find
So
your
the,
bad D20s and then toss away your good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just before, because their vigilant is a little high. So just before they're stepping in, they're seeing that, and they kind of squint, and then just as the flail goes, they just don't think so much, and he takes a step back, and the flail swings by, and they don't notice that the patron saint is there because it's still invisible. But just by dumb luck of Prios, they avoid the slash, and they just kind of feel the breeze of the flail move past them. But they shake and they go like, your prayers aren't gonna help you, boy. Just turn the other cheek and I'll be careful. It's only first blood. Don't worry, I won't go for your face. And this one seems a little more like he's just doing this because Argosto wants to see a show. You know, this is what he always goes for. So he goes and brings up his sword, and you're gonna roll your defense.
Which is not great.
Although he's going through the patron saint, isn't he? He doesn't know it. So he's got a...
There's a body in the way.
You've made things difficult, and it's exciting.
Yep.
Okay, so the patron saint is intangible. What I'm thinking is happening is he's going to take a step forward into melee range, and as a free action, the patron saint is going to get pushed out of that space and will be flanking him. He's going to get a free attack.
Neat.
Because he doesn't know that he's
Yeah, he has no idea.
aggravating this free attack. Just like when Mitch and Verd ran past the other guard. That's essentially what's happening now. He's running past the patron saint, just doesn't know it. So the patron saint's going to get another attack, but this time it's flanking. So now you're just rolling your full accurate roll. You're rolling 13 or under.
Nice. Okay.
You can do this.
And I rolled a 15. I'm switching dice.
Patron saint is he's doing, but he swings through, and it's just like he's too incorporeal and doesn't actually connect or deal any damage to him. You just see it fly through him, and now the guard brings up the sword and brings it down. You have a defense of 13. He's attacking with accuracy -3, so you're rolling 10 or under.
My defense is 13. I thought it was quick.
Oh no, I'm looking at Landra. Your defense is 9.
Yeah, it's not that high.
It's not that high.
Oh god.
It's okay. Your blessed robes will protect you potentially from the damage. You might not bleed.
That's true.
Let's hope.
All right.
So 9 -3. You need 6 or under.
6 or under. Come on.
Oh
numbers.
boy.
I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2.
This is why I switched
How
dice.
did you get away? How did you get out of that? What do you do to defend yourself? Do you dodge? Do you deke?
Okay, so he's swinging at me, and I've got. Oh, how do I?
He's just like, just turn the other cheek. I'll make it quick. Don't worry. I won't cut deep. Just enough for Augusto to get a show. Like he's just talking to you like he's done this 100 times. This is just like the fight that happens before every caravan. It's like a little ritual that Augusto does. It's just like, listen, I'll go easy on you. Just stay right there. It won't hurt.
So it's representing him missing, and my character isn't quick. So what I'm going to go with is, I'm praying. My holy symbol is out, and the light reflected from the patron saint goes into his eyes because I'm 6 feet tall.
You're so persuasive.
Yeah.
He might just swing his sword to do a show because he's looking at your sad puppy dog eyes.
Just like,
and he's just like, you can't actually like hurt that.
I'm just sitting. I don't even have my sword out. I'm just praying.
Too cute and like you're a priest. He's asking me to attack an unarmed priest. Like Augusto's gone too far, so he just takes a sword and he just goes like, ah! And he just swings it through the air.
Yep.
And he just makes it do a good show, and the whole crowd is like, oh, come on, bleed, cut him. And yeah, just he whiffs it. He just looks at you and he's just like, Augusto, you bastard, I can't do this. I can't hurt this kid. Why are you looking at me? Don't look at me. Look away.
Puppy dog eyes.
The power of the sun compels you.
Yep.
Okay, so then there's 2 more guards that are moving towards Verd. There's the one with the chewing tobacco and the throwing knives, and then there's the other one who's just like, just make this quick, make it easy. We won't hurt you if you don't fight back. Just put on a good show. That's all Augusto wants. And they're each going to attack 2 of them at Verd. Because you're the one who's like the biggest threat. Clearly the biggest threat.
Go for the intangible
scary,
one. That's the
you're
one
going
you
for
should go for.
That's the invisible. There's like, oh yeah, I don't believe you. There's an invisible ghost protecting the priest.
Exactly.
You know what? There's a barbarian witch right here throwing knives at my compatriots. So you might have gotten one of us out, but we're all being on that caravan tomorrow.
This is like a dodgeball.
It's exactly like that. So yeah, you just got to make 2 defense rolls at 9 or under.
Because they're minus. Oh my god, I don't like it.
Can you use any of your mythic powers or anything beyond your throwing knives?
No.
You have inherent wounds.
Yeah,
that doesn't help.
We both took that.
What does
oh
nightmares do?
Nightmares is a burden.
Oh no! Addiction and burden.
Yeah, my next XP will be used for offensive.
Yeah, I know. I'm definitely.
Defensive.
I know what I'm taking.
This is
next.
awesome.
We're all going to get a little more
fun.
offensive as this goes on.
Yeah. All right. Maybe if I continue rolling it.
That said, Patron Saint's going to be the actual MVP of this team when they actually figure out how to be corporeal.
Yeah.
I get hit from the first, and the second one.
Does this mean you're out?
I get hit.
Not necessarily because it's about damage, right? He's got armor.
Yeah, but how much damage do they do?
Their sword deals 4. So you need to roll a 4 on your D4 armor.
Come on! Come on!
Please!
I do not. I take 2 damage.
So what happens here is the other guard gets around and just holds you for the first one who you hit with the throwing knife, who then just takes a sword and he just takes the sword up to your cheek, and he just goes like he doesn't even slash. He just cuts for first blood, and it's like there. And he puts his sword on the ground. It's done. And he looks over at Orgasto, and he spits the rest of his chewing tobacco on the ground. And they let you go, and you're out. And there's 3 guards left, and it's Iandro's turn. Or Iandrome.
Iandrome. I was debating if I should inherit his wound because then he's still in and more effective than I am. Because then he just wouldn't bleed.
Is that a reaction ability?
It's a free ability. It's not an action. But then I have to roll D4 corruption. I don't know if that's worth it.
I don't know either.
I'm gonna not do that.
The crowd is loving it.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah! First blood.
All right, so Yandrome, he's gonna sigh and pull out his sword and dagger because he doesn't want to do this fight thing, and he thought the patron saint would take care of this by now.
You're just pulling both of them out double-handed?
Yeah, that's the fighting style. And I guess. So that's an action. Then he can take another action to try and take a poke at this guy, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, so his accurate is bad.
But you're flanking him with the patron saint.
Right. So it's plus.
So your accurate is going to go up by 2 points.
2 points? Okay, so it's a 7. Awesome.
Yeah.
So it's a 5. You're still rolling because of their
Oh, because so it's back down to 5. Okay. Cool. That's another 2.
Yes.
Yep.
Get a 1, darn it! You're
Did
so
you just
close.
roll a 2?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Okay.
That's a short sword. That's a D8 of damage.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Nice.
Come on.
Baby.
What we need.
And it's precise, so you actually were rolling even higher than you thought.
Oh, okay. That's a 6. Prios guides my hand. What can I say?
Yeah. His scale mail's 3. You deal 3 damage to him. You cut a little. You go a little more than first blood.
Ooh.
Well, you don't realize how sharp that sword was.
I've never fought
I feel
someone
like the
before.
patron saint was sharpening the sword for you this morning when you weren't looking, and it's like it's down to like you don't even feel it at first. Where do you just close your eyes and just slash?
Yeah, he just kind of like and Prios guide my hand and just pokes and like gets him.
Oh no! And then you just stick him.
Nice
Yeah.
tip.
You don't even slash. You just like
It's a poke.
You literally stab the man for 3 points of damage, and
You've nicked an organ.
yeah. What is it? Hey, Gasto, it's just supposed to be first blood. Oh God, I need a medic. And he's just holding his wound. His blood is trickling out of his side.
Okay.
He throws the sword. It's not worth it. I'll wait till the spring.
Hold on. Let me help you. And I am actually going to try and do inherit wound on him. Because I didn't mean to stab him that hard. Like he could die in the winter. Like this is a problem.
It's only 3 points. He's got 12 more left.
Oh, okay.
He's a tough.
It's not
cookie.
like looking like
He's
a
just
fatal
whining
wound.
about it.
Okay.
He's just whining about it because a kid stabbed him in a fight in front of a bunch of grown adults.
Gotcha. All right. Never mind.
Excellent.
He throws his sword. He goes off. He goes to join the other one for a drink.
And it's just me.
Yeah, top of the round, Alendra. So you're looking down. You see them throw Verd to the ground. Verd's on their knees, blood on their cheek. There's 2 left. They each look. It's like, you go for the one on the left, go for the one on the right. That sounds good. Let's get this over with then. So the one who was hit with the throwing dagger turns to face you, Alendra, and the one who was holding Verd drops Verd onto the sand and turns to Yandrome.
Okay. Elindra's
Now, in order to get within range with their swords, they're going to get a free attack against your pike. Because your pike has got range on them.
right.
So you can stick them before they even get up.
Okay, well, that's what we're doing. Elindra's gonna sort of look at them both and then zero her gaze in on the one that's been stuck already by Verd. And she's muttering to herself, she's saying, in tactical combat, when there's 2 people, you should always aim for the one that seems to already have an injury, even if the other one's focuses otherwise. You should be thinking.
Marshall, your Art of War books. That you've been
Yeah,
reading.
she's reading chapters to herself, and
Square your feet, aim for the parallax, and lean in.
she's trying to just go through like what she would do to attack a dummy. What do I need to get under?
So
do I need a 10?
You need to get under 10.
What if I roll a 10? And do I have?
Ten or
That's
under.
fine. That
10
works.
or under?
Add or under.
I did it, so I got a 10.
You did it. You did it. 1d8 damage of your pike.
Okay.
And it's yeah.
And 1d8 damage. 2.
They're gonna get their like you're just going for it, but you're not enough to pierce the armor, right? You just kind of go like you go for it and you go and you don't really oomph into it. You just like push the pike into them.
Trying to see if I can
just staring
connect.
at it, and they just laugh and they take their sword and they bash it out of the way.
Oh shit.
Patron saint.
Oh. It's gonna try and get behind the one that's coming at me if it can do that. I feel like that would be a thing that it would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's got the range and then swing a flail.
It takes a movement to move up to it, and then it can attack. Yeah.
Yeah. So
and I kind of see the patron saint also, like when it moves, it just like shifts.
Yeah.
Over to where there's
it's almost like the graphics card is glitching.
It just comes out of the ground and it's just like with the flail, and it comes down and go for it.
And all right, its accuracy
11 or
11 or under. Right. Okay. That is a 19. So no.
Oh.
Huddle.
Nope. This patron saint is not
great.
That's our combat character, though.
That's our combat character.
Oh, bless him.
It's all right.
He'll get there one day.
Give me a defense roll. This one's moving towards you.
So this is
each of you are going to give me a defense roll.
Right. And I'm at minus anything for this?
It is a defense -3.
So I need to under a 6. Okay.
Oh, so I need under a 10. Okay.
That's a 17. All right.
Oof. I got a 5. I'm okay.
Oh, you're still in it.
Nice.
Okay, roll me a d4 with your witch or with your blessed robes.
Okay. That is a 2.
A 2. All right. So you're looking at the patron saint and you're arguing. You're supposed to be the combat character. Everyone else just sees you yelling and nothing.
Yeah.
You're pointing at it and it's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, I just won now. And he just
I'm actually gonna inherit
slashes at you.
wound.
Who are you? Yeah, because you're just standing at the side of the fight circle.
Right.
So
Doesn't matter how much more blood you take on.
Very cool.
so you heal 3, and I'll take 3 damage. Are you not bleeding? Right, you should be good. How much?
Yeah. So he slashes, and it cuts through your cloth, your robes, and he's like, ha! And then they look down, and the robes, it there's no cut there, and it's like it's not to first hit, it's to first blood, and there's no blood to be seen. And he's like, I don't understand. I know it made contact. You're playing with me, priest.
Uh-oh.
It's that light that you are shining at me.
There you go.
And Veered on the other side's like blood dripping from his fingers.
Yeah. You're doing all this, and they're all going to attribute it to Prios.
Yep. Oh, that's ironic. Oh, that's
You're
beautiful.
just holding your gun
I
together.
just want to get across the mountain.
Yandros, it's your turn.
Oh.
By the light of Prios.
By the light of Prios, I'm going to try and swing at him, I suppose.
Come on, my
Alrighty.
man.
Accurate. So it's my accurate plus 2 for flanking. So and then minus 2 for his shield. So 5.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 9. All right.
Ah! All right.
Same thing. He's just like Prios.
You're parrying off, and you're doing it. The crowd is going nuts though because there's slash cut through the arm, like it's the flowing robes. There's this light. There's all this stuff going on. They didn't think these two kids would still be in it as long as they're going. People are starting to make bets now. Like there's money going. Like I got $3 on the child. I got $3 on the priest. $4 on the librarian, and they're all just like going back and forth. It's Elendra's turn.
Okay. So Elendra's still standing there going, okay. When remounting attack, one should step to the side, and she's gonna go for another attack on the same. We still have 2 we're facing, right? Or 2 of each.
You've got 1. You got 1 each.
1 each, yes. Okay, so she's just gonna go for another.
This is the one that spat the tobacco that sliced Vaird's cheek.
So she's gonna try and go for it, and oh my god, it's an 11. So she misses again.
It's fine. I'm fine. We're all fine. I'm just...
That's all right, because when they step into your pike range, you're going to get a free attack.
Cool. Excellent. I'm excited for that moment.
So roll again.
Okay. So 9. So as they step into range,
they go to step around, and you're waiting for that moment, and you go like, and you're speaking in the game terms as well. It's like when they go to move into my attack range, I get a free attack, and
yes, exactly.
You're going to it. You're seeing it like you're playing an RPG, and because you've only actually played war games on a board in your old estate, right? So you've been moving the little wooden pieces around on the table. So you understand that this world can all be broken down to simple numbers. Everyone has an accuracy, a cunning, a persuasive.
My accuracy is probably better than most.
You've been writing character sheets for everyone in your party and figuring out what their numbers are, like you're reading their star chart. And
they're definitely an Aries.
All right, roll a 1d8.
Oh, right. Oof. I have to damage him. Please damage him. 7.
Wow.
I fucking just...
You wailed on him.
Do you just go like, oh, I did it?
So Alindra, seeing him step in, goes, and for the first time ever, she's able to actually grip her spear. She's been shaking so much, or her pike, and she's been shaking so much, and she goes, nah! And is honestly shocked by her own ability to plunge it into his side.
Yeah, because you deal 4 damage this poor soul.
Yes.
And you're like, ah!
And then she goes, oh my god!
And he falls onto his back, and he falls down, and his sword comes out of his hand, and he's going for it. And a couple of people even come from the circle and like grab him and like pull him away from you.
I'm so sorry!
And they're like putting pressure on the wound, and it's like, I need some clean bandages!
Alindra goes, pale, but Glenn...
And the crowd is like, yeah! It's like, you just lost me $5!
Oh man.
Patron saint.
All right. This patron saint has got to get its act together. He's the patron saint of missing. Come on. He's just going to swing. So, yeah, with the +2 from flanking, though, right?
What's interesting, and I'm telling this, despite all of the tension and the fear that you all are experiencing, patron saint has not once actually gotten brighter.
Ooh.
Patron saint only gets bright in danger.
In danger, yeah. So he's very wispy.
Yeah, it's not getting brighter. The patron saint, for some reason, does not detect danger. I mean, it's a fight to first blood, right?
Yeah.
So it's not true danger. It's a training exercise.
No one's likely to die here.
But it also means that in the future we can use that as a way to like even tell if there's a bluff happening on like do they really have the intent to harm or not, because the patron has that ability to kind of detect the intention of the sense of danger. It has that danger sense.
Assuming it knows, yeah.
Assuming that it knows, yeah.
All right. So when am I rolling again? All right. So it's 11 again, or is it 13 because of the +2?
It'll be 13.
Okay.
Because you're still flanking. Right. I'm at with the flail of light.
That's a 5. There it is. So
there we are.
He's been swinging
D6
high.
damage. Roll a 1d6.
6 damage. All right. Let's do this. That's a 3. So what happens is he's been swinging high, and instead he goes for the legs.
But here's what happens: is he goes for the legs and he swings at it, and it hits the person, but doesn't bleed, doesn't cut. The guard then turns around, going, "What's going on? Who's there? Who's there? It's only supposed to be. There's another one out there, isn't it?" And he starts swinging his sword. You're using your trickery. You've got someone out here. They're working for you. It's not the kids. There's someone else fighting for them. Costo. And he's starting to freak out a little bit, but now his back is turned to you. And he spends his turn swinging at the patron saint, but he can't see him, and the patron saint is intangible, so he's just swinging through him. Even though he's got armor and defenses, like it's an impossible attack, as the roll would be 0.
Okay.
And so it's your turn.
I'm just gonna walk up behind him and try and poke him a little bit. I mean, he's wearing armor, so it's still entirely likely that I will miss, but I'll give it a try.
Yeah, that's finished. All right.
I rolled exactly 5.
Yay!
So he just like calmly walks up, not with the sword this time, with the dagger.
With the dagger. And you just roll a d6.
Come on, brother.
4.
And you just cut for 1 point of damage, and you whisper into his ear, "First blood."
First blood.
And then you pull it down.
Yeah.
And the whole crowd is just like, and you just hear clap, 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 and it's like, settle down, settle down, settle down. And Argosto walks into the center, brings them all around. You two just cost a lot of people in this crowd a lot of money. And everyone's like, yeah, right? I will have you on my caravan in the morning as my new guards. And then he looks down to you, Baird. Now, then don't think I didn't see what you did down there either. We're going to need thinking like that up there in the mountains. Some out-of-the-box thinking.
I know.
Pat yourself up. I'll see you in the morning. And he looks around and, well, what are y'all standing around for? We've got a caravan to pack. And he heads off into, starts barking orders at people and going around. And I kind of see him as like a Dutch Vanderland kind of character from Red Dead 2, right? Like that's the kind of control he has over a crowd and that kind of command presence. And people feel safe with Argosto, right? Like he's a caravan owner who has done this trek across the mountain a lot of times. And so this isn't the Donner Party. He knows where he's going. He knows what he's doing. But also the clouds above the Titans are heavy, and the wind that's blowing down is cold. And the other caravan drivers are saying it's too late. The winter has already started. The winters are coming earlier every year, and they should have left already. If you leave in the morning, you're never going to make it through those mountains. The mountain pass is already closed. The snows will be too deep. The winds will be too harsh. You'll never make it to the other side. But if Argosto says you can do it, well, he's better than no odds at all.
Yeah, and they said bring, like, I think I'm good even if I just bring their corpses.
Oh, God. Bring me my children.
Here they are, pickled.
Yeah, like,
they just throw their teeth on the table.
like, if you want, I can talk to them and, confirm that they're yours. But yeah, I was there. I ripped the bones out. And it was great. So.
Preferably
I've
alive.
never felt safer.
Yeah, I feel a little safer.
It's gonna be great.
Well, I think that's where we'll call our first episode here. It's technically called Symbaroum, but we're not there yet. We're still on the other side of the Titans. But next time we're going to step out into that caravan and begin our journey through the mountain pass on our way to Yendaros, to the city of the Queen.
All right, folks, there you go. That is At the Foot of the Titans, the first episode of the Terrible Warriors Symbaroum campaign, which you can find at terriblewarriors.com. And you can find them pretty much anywhere that you find podcasts. So go check them out. They play a lot of great games. They're really cool people. And with that, next week we'll be back to more of what you expect from me and Steve. And until then, like, rate, subscribe. Come find us on Discord, Twitter, Facebook, all the places. The info's in the show notes. And with that, we want to remind you to be kind to each other and go play some RPGs.
Intro and outro music by the band 12 Noon. You can email us at meandsteverpg@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter and RPGs. Find us on Facebook at Me and Steve RPG Podcast, on Discord at Me and Steve RPGs, and as always, all of these links are in the show notes. Thank you, and be kind to one another.
How much for the cigar?
Cigar, $20, dog. You gotta go down the street to the store and buy that.